Swisher, and I'm from Doddridge County, West Virginia. Ever since I was little, I'd say, I've always been doing doing stuff in theater. Growing up, my mom told me all the time I was doing my own little productions and all that stuff. I'd be like, what was it I always said? I went ladies and gentlemen because I was a child and I didn't know how to speak. But I was always putting on some kind of show or performing. It took me a hot minute to get it together and kind of realize, because after COVID, I wasn't on stage anymore. It took away my senior production. And more than anything, I wanted to figure out a way to do theater in college and make it work with my major, which is public relations. The comparison is definitely there because there's it makes me feel like I'm back home. To me, even if it's not home remotely, there's way more stuff going on up here than there was. We didn't even have a costume shop in high school. We had one dresser that the tech ed class made, and that's where we kept all our costumes for the shows. But here we have an actual costume shop, so it where we actually make everything, and to me it just feels more professional. It kind of is, but theater is still theater no matter what. And even if it's just your dinky little high school dresser or the costume shop at your university, it still makes me feel happy that I'm being involved. Well, the environment of the costume shop, I don't know how to word it besides it's a vibe. Everyone there, they just have they're all personable in one way or another. I can sit and talk to them for hours while I'm sewing a costume or plucking feathers off of a boa. Oh my God, yes. There is a complete contrast over performing and wearing the costumes and then being a dresser and making and putting together the costumes. All through my life, I was always the actor. I had never done anything really behind the scenes besides painting one set in art class. I never realized what all went into putting together a show, and mainly the costumes, because I never saw that. I never really saw that side. I just saw the big dresser. Now that I'm up here, and last year I just worked on our production of Rent, and I was costuming for that. And it set a whole different tone, because the way they got ready was completely different than how we got ready. So automatically I just felt I was already in a whole new world. I felt like a grown-up version of what I used to do. It felt good to do it. The process feels almost therapeutic in a way, just because I'm just kind of sitting there just going through the motions, snipping the thread, all that stuff. And every time when I look at the product afterwards, I do feel pride in it, because I'm holy shit, I made that.